All right, brothers and sisters, so many of us during these times maybe are alone. Maybe we feel much more in our mind. We have lots of anxiety, lots of fears, worries, doubts, confusion, all of the things. And I invite you to welcome these feelings in, because what I truly believe is that what we do is we repress these feelings, that because we're so busy doing and we're so busy keeping up with the Joneses, and whatever term that might relate to you, that we can often forget that these parts of ourselves, these doubts, these fears, these worries are there, and we repress them. So the first thing I want to say is that whatever's coming up for you in these moments, I really invite you just to be with it, and not to allow your monkey mind to just go crazy and in circles and stories and give you tons of anxiety, but maybe take whatever's flowing through your mind, whatever doubts, whatever fears, put them on a piece of paper. Maybe in the morning, or whenever you're starting to feel that the anxiety or the fears or the worries or the doubts are overwhelming you. The practice that I love to do is just start brain dumping. Just brain dump it all. Put it onto a paper. Get it out of your mind and put it onto paper. And that way at least you have a space of release. Yeah. And then once these are on the paper, you can crumple it up and throw it away, or you can bless it, you can burn it, you can just put it in a corner and just have a brain dump journal, that can kind of help you release without releasing or spilling this onto someone. So yeah, the first invitation that I want to give you is feel whatever it is that's wanting to be felt right now. And once you do that, once you kind of give yourself, there's many, many, many tools that I have in this arena. Many of them I share in my courses and my classes. But once you kind of do that, you give yourself permission to feel the pain, sadness, the worry, the fear, the grief, the anxiety, whatever it is. Then you can move into a state of opening up to receive pleasure. Yeah? So I was thinking about kind of what shifted for me when I was in my mind state, my mental anxiety, worry, fear, doubt, disillusion, dissolving, murkiness. And I remember that the deepest layers of intimacy lies with me, and I am the source of my pleasure. And so I wanted to invite this practice with you into your sphere when you're feeling like you would love some intimacy, you'd love some connection, you'd love some potentially even pleasure, and you don't know how to get it. So this is a very, very simple practice. And it starts by just warming up your hands. So you can do this with me now if you want. Just warm up your hands. Just start to feel the heat, the warmth, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere and it's winter. Just really warming up your hands, and just feel a couple deep breaths from your heart into your hands, just channeling it in. Imagine just sending some love, some light. Taking one more deep breath. You might feel some tingling, and go ahead and place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. You can even place one hand on your genitals if you like, and just to feel this connection between your heart and your genitals, or your belly, whatever feels best. And take 2 deep breaths here. From your heart down into your genitals, just really sending this energy. And from this space, I invite you to slowly, just very gently, very carefully start to bring just your fingertips so that they're touching your body. Anywhere on your body is fine. So literally just the tips of your fingertips barely scratching the surface of your body. And I want you to take a few deep breaths and start to explore your body. And this is best done if you have no clothes on. so that you can really feel the touch, the barely touching grace of your fingertips. And really use your breath. I invite you to even open mouth exhale. And open mouth inhale. And as you inhale, just imagine the breath moving all the way up to the top of the head. And again, just exploring wherever your hands want to take you. Maybe they take you into your neck and into your hair. And with each breath, it's as if you're actually bringing in, receiving the touch. Really staying present with the sensations that you're creating. And you come to your face. Relax your jaw, open your mouth, breathe in. Again, barely touching just with the tips of your fingertips. Just feeling your entire body very slowly, very gently, very carefully. Again, relaxing your jaw. Relaxing the jaw helps to open up the anus and the yoni. So relaxing the jaw and just really slowly breathing in the touch. Really feeling the touch of your own skin. Now this might seem like a very simple practice, and it is. But it's a way that we can start to open up the receptors of our skin. We can start to open up the pleasure receptors. We can start to become more present with what's actually here right now. Because regardless of what our story is, regardless of what's going on in the world, regardless of our financial situation or our relationship situation or our global situation, you name it, your pleasure really exists in this moment. Your bliss, the deepest intimacy you could ever have, exists in this moment. You know, we can go on and on and on and on for days in our mind about the stories and the pain and the suffering, but it takes an instant, just an instant, to slowly start to drop yourself into your body and start to experience the pleasure that is waiting to be found, to be resourced within you. And of course, if you have a partner and you want to practice this with your partner, it's a beautiful exercise to practice with each other, just giving. The one person lays fully receiving, and you just barely trace your fingertips around their body. Make sure you both breathe, relax your jaw. So this was a practice that really supported me in getting out of my mind amongst all the craziness and dropping into my body, opening up the amazing waves of pleasure that are just waiting to be found. So I hope that this is something that can support you, especially during this next wave. And I hope that this deep transition that we all go through really brings us into something higher, something even more expansive, even more juicy, even more aligned, even more pleasurable. I believe that that is possible. I believe that wherever we focus our energy, energy goes. This is just the law of energy. And so hopefully by giving you some of this content, it can support you in your own journey. So once again, thank you so much. I'd love to hear how this practice went for you. I'd love to hear what came up for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Just hit the reply button. I'm on the other side. Thank you so much. Hugs from Bali.